Just a quick video today. Not my normal spot, so we're just going to cover something really quick. I want to just talk to you about why it's important to focus on cost basis. Oop, I did not mean to open that up. So specifically when we talk about our holdings, we don't talk about current price, current value, total gain, percent gain. Those are all fine and dandy. But we always talk about cost basis, how you want to drive it down, how you want to look at opportunities when we look at one-day movements and look at these numbers as opposed to the numbers where we're moving in a positive direction. You know, if a stock is at 10 bucks and it drops to 6, if you have it, let's say for 10 bucks and you buy more at 6, you get it at 8 bucks. And then when it goes to 12, you're gaining 4 bucks instead of 2 bucks. So you can double your profit. So I know you guys already know that. That's not the point. The point is, I was updating my stocks today and I'm like, wow, I went up like 8 grand like in an hour. What the heck happened? And so I went through and I found out that Hall of Fame Resorts, the one I've been talking about the last few days, just popped today. So it's been going pretty well over the last week. So it was sitting here at 284 not too long ago, probably about a week ago. And then it just popped up to about 541, dropped back down, and popped up to about 650. And man, it hasn't been at 650 ever. I mean, if we look at this, the last time it was at 650 was, I think this was probably a stock split or a reverse split or something like that. But realistically, it hasn't been there in about a year. So let's take a look and see if we can figure out what that is. So we'll go to. But I'm telling you, one of the things that I looked at was looking at. All right, so let's take these aren't even up to date yet. Let's see if it's showing on this one. I mean, this is so new. I don't even know if anybody's had the ability to even post anything. So let's take a look. And you're walking through this as I'm walking through it. So no, this is not edited, planned, scripted, or anything like that. All right, investors seem to be having second thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Tied to the NFT craze, China's based Oriental Culture Holding, JN Group. We're finding out today. That's down, that's down. It's funny, this tells you where it's at. This is like it says it was down 22%, which is right where, let's close email down. It seems like there's always an email being sent. So it seems like it was saying that it was down kind of like right here. And then they wrote this article. And I don't even know what's going on, but I'll tell you this. I can tell you this. I'm not surprised. I used to live near that area, and I can tell you that it's a big, big area where there's going to be an absolute ton of people coming in. People getting out of their house. It's in Canton, Ohio. It's close to a road trip. And you have two football Hall of Fame classes going at the same time. Then you have the NFL draft coming in next month. It's being held in Cleveland. And there's going to probably be a mass influx of people going to these areas. So it doesn't really surprise me. But we look at that today, and it just absolutely popped. Went from about 4 bucks to 660. So, I mean, realistically, what does it say? It's up 66% in aftermarket. So with that being said, is overall, it was down 30%. It went up 66%. We still have a 31% gain, and our 2-day gain is 130%. I mean, it stands up amongst everyone else. And this is on a day when, you know, everything else is down. This one popped. So if we look at our holdings, this one is basically up 200%. We've tripled our amount, but it eclipsed Caesars and is now our number one valued stock that we own. At about 26,000. The only difference is Caesar. We didn't start with we started with about 5 grand. This one we started about 85 grand. But if this one goes up, let's say to 8, I mean, this one's going to be the clear winner on all fronts, and we're not even that far away from that. So with that being said, I'm not really going to go into a ton of other stuff today. Just know that you have to look at these cost bases. You have to take advantage of it. Specifically, some things I did today. I had Century Casinos and Carnival Cruise Lines get bought today, which is a beautiful thing. You see them in the red, which means they tripped the price to go. They're a little bit under what we bought it for, but it's about where we want it to be. And we're waiting for the market to go back up again tomorrow. So that's really good. Also, Marlin Finance, which we talked about last couple days, they basically do financing for capital expenditures and expansions, which, I mean, think restaurants or people that, when their business starts to build back up as the economy starts to open and summer gets going, you're going to start to see this company really, really take off. And specifically, if we look at Marlin, I just want to point out one thing that I remember seeing on Marlin is they had one quarter last year where they missed their target, and every other quarter they hit their earnings estimate. So this company, I mean, look at the scale that we look on here as far as their earnings going up. And again, this is negative, this is positive. They were briefly in negative, handled their business, and are in positive territory, which is amazing for the work in the industry that they are in. With that being said, I closed my limit order for Invesco Real Estate. I'm still going to keep an eye on it, but it's not one that I want to put money into other things first, specifically reopening stocks. So we'll leave that in our bullpen. Also put a partial sell order for Ashford Hospitality Trust, and I'll walk you through kind of what my thinking is on that. Again, this is the sister stock for Brahma Resorts that you see right here, which again is doing really well. It's up basically, we tripled our money, and that's after investing money and increasing our cost basis. So realistically, I bought it like $1.25. So it's doing way better than that. But I looked at them over the past year, and there's no big jump. I mean, we have one day basically where it spiked up to 17, but before that it was at 6. And realistically, since then, it's been relatively flat. So I own 2,100 shares, and we basically put in a limit sell for 1050 when it reaches 350. So I'm not sure when that will happen, but that's what we're doing. Beyond that, Penn National Game is probably pretty close to being bought at this point. We'll see. If we have another down day, it'll probably get bought. Sabre, again, the software company for the airlines and travel agents, is pretty close. If we have a decently down day, that might get bought, but I don't actually have it bought yet. This is just kind of on my first off-the-board purchase that we're going to look for. And let's take a look and see, is there anything else we are doing? Beyond that, no, I think we're good. One thing, just again, have a plan for if the market goes up, you're going to take advantage of the market. And again, if the market goes down, it's going to be good news either way, no matter what you do. Let's see. One other thing a couple articles we want to talk about today. Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, gave some testimony today. And let's see. In a joint appearance at the Treasury Secretary, he reiterated the central bank will continue providing support to the economy through loose monetary policy. Yeah, it just means they create money out of thin air. And again, that's when you look at inflation, it's a simple equation. It's basically M2 or M1. M1 is the amount of money circulating around the world, US dollars, right? And M2 is take that money and add up all the money in the deposit accounts, checking and savings accounts as well, and then divide it by the GDP. So realistically, let's just say this. Let's say that you have 100 of the M1 or M2 divided by 1 of the GDP. Or let's say 2, it's 10 over 2, the dollar's worth 5. Now, I'm making up numbers. It's not worth 5 of anything. But let's say all of a sudden the GDP stays the same, and you say, okay, we're going to take it from 10 to 15. Now it takes, instead of taking $5 to buy something, it takes $7.50. So it's 15 divided by 2. So when they say loose monetary policy, it just means they don't give a crap about inflation. I don't care what you hear them say, oh, our goal is to have inflation around 2%. Well, if they thought that, then they wouldn't have, quote, loose monetary policy. So it's just, again, it's a sign, if you can read between the lines, that they're basically lying to your face, okay? The public goes, oh, loose monetary policy, more money going to the stock market. That's great for me. Yeah, that's true. But it just means that your stocks, yeah, they're worth more money. Just the money isn't worth as much. So it all evens out in the end. Loose monetary policy from a guy saying we only want 2% inflation means he's lying to your face. Okay. And he says right here, he doesn't expect the 2 trillion to lead to an increased inflation. Why? God, I took one economics course in college, and I know that's not true. Really, you're going to go $2 trillion and you're going to say it's not going to cause inflation. The only way that's not going to happen is if you automatically, forever, all of the $2 trillion you spend, you're going to have a proportional amount of GDP increase. And there could be an argument made in saying, okay, Matt, well, the economy is opening up and there's going to be a big GDP increase. Fair enough. That's something that could be said. But that song's not going to play forever, folks. And again, we've been talking about our exit strategy lately, how we're going to, we're not going to sit in here forever. We're not going to left holding the bag. We're not going to be a bag holder, as the Reddit guys say. But just understand, when they say loose monetary policy and no increased inflation, I would love to live in that town. Let me know where that lives. Let me know where that fairyland is with all the unicorns, and I will move there tomorrow. And I think when we looked at the market today, they didn't really, the market fell 1.1% and 1.1% there. It's because they understand. The market people, the smart people go, yeah, you're lying. The dumb people believe you. The smart people don't. So that's one of the things that happened today. Also, Royal Caribbean opens a Bermuda itinerary for the summer. They wanted to open up some things for Europe. Europe is really stupid. They can't even walk straight. They can't get their vaccine stuff done. I mean, it's a whole bunch of just idiots, blind leading the blind over there. Royal Caribbean had to basically put a pause on its Mediterranean and European cruises. And so they just said, the heck with it, we're going to Bermuda. It's off the coast of Florida. Florida can do it. So you're going to start to see news like this where you're going to see openings in Florida, allow them to board the ship, and they will take advantage of the company's private island in the Bahamas. So private island equals I make my own rules, but you still have to leave from Florida. Florida doesn't have any limitations. Therefore, they're going on a cruise. Guys, big business people are smart. They pay people to be smart. They pay people to figure things out that nobody else can figure out. With that being said, this economy is going to open up faster and people are going to get back to normal. And then you're going to see these Karens who are like, well, you should always wear a mask, or we're going to wear a mask for the next 2 years. Really? So you're going to get on a cruise, you're going to go into a movie theater and nobody's wearing a mask, but you are. Eventually, peer pressure takes over and you're not going to wear one. You're going to go on a cruise ship and you're going to be the only person wearing a mask. Seriously, you're going to be sitting in the pool drinking a Mai Tai, taking off your mask up and down while nobody around you has a mask on. At this point, come on. Like, peer pressure is incredibly powerful. So I wouldn't believe these people either. One thing to keep in mind, the adults need to be vaccinated to board the ship. I mean, that totally makes sense. If you've ever been on a cruise ship, even before COVID, you understand that these people are Nazis about washing your hands and clean, things like that. So imagine with this, yeah, no kidding, you're going to need to be vaccinated. And then those under 18, which generally don't transmit it really well, they need to display negative COVID test 19 results, which again need to be said. The crew will be vaccinated as well. Guys, cruise ships are going in a good spot. So with that being said, one of the things we look at here is I've increased my cruise ship portfolio at 4,000 in Carnival, 4,500 in Royal Caribbean, just call it 10 grand right there, and Norwegian, which I almost forgot about, another 4,300. So I have about 14,000 in cruise ships alone. So that being said, there's your update. You know what to do. Your marching orders. I will see you mañana. And let's make some money. We had a down day today, and we made money because we have a stock that we believed in. Sorry, we're going to go back one more time. We have a stock that we believed in, Hall of Fame Resorts. I put 9 grand in it, and it is paying off. So find one that you believe in. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to help you. But I'm telling you, in the market, all these are green on another day. You're going to be loving life. To get more information on the sales cheat code, go ahead and click on the subscribe button below. Also, down below in the video description, down there, there's a link that takes you to our website that gives you additional content, some additional freebies that we have, and gives you information on some programs that we have that have been proven to help people to make sales easy so that you can make the kind of money you want, live the lifestyle that you've always wanted, and not have to struggle in the process. And what might be the coolest thing of all is you don't have to put much effort into it. It truly is a cheat code that most people don't know about. And it's a cheat code that can change your life today. So click on the link below and let me help you start to experience these results starting right now.